Good morning. It's like 8:08 in the morning here. I don't know where you are, but have a great day, whatever you're doing. Right. So let me get myself set here. Yeah, I'm almost there. I kind of have to balance. I'm perched out here on a porch, trying to do my thing, having my cup of coffee. I'm getting ready to go downstairs for my conference. I'm so excited to be here. Good morning. Hi, Gabriel. We're um, we're in Huntington Beach, my husband and I, getting ready to. My hair is a crazy mess today already. It's still wet. We are going to this conference, but what I wanted to talk to you about was how to tame your fear dragon. We've talked about yesterday. We talked about box breathing and how to. Good morning, and how to calm down your brain. Victoria, Jennifer, Adrian, good to see you guys. Let me know when you get your postcards. Um, all right, so hey, Claire, I wanted to, let's see, organize my thoughts. It's early. I haven't even had my whole cup of coffee yet. And you guys know what that means, those of you who know me. Holy smokes. Today, we talked about box breathing yesterday and why that's so important. So today, I wanted to talk about your fear busting mantra. So, the fear busting mantra is when you're in full on fear and you need to calm the hell down, right? Okay, so how it works is your brain has sent you into something around fear. We all get pushed into fear. We all react in fear. That's just part of being a human being. Hey, Colin. Oh, nice to see you in Germany. So the idea is, and what I want to teach you in my free video series, How to Tame Your Fear Dragon, the link is right in here. It's a free video series, just 3 videos. Please sign up and get it. And then I want to hear your questions. But what I'm teaching you is to make fear your friend, make it an ally. It is a part of us. We will never get rid of it. Take it from a stout woman. I mean, you never become fearless. That's a lie. And so we're made to feel like failures because we're not fearless. And that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So let us figure out, understand your own personal fear patterns, the faces of fear that show up for you, and then dissolve them. Heal these limiting beliefs that create the fears. And if you haven't watched the videos yet, please watch the videos and you're going to understand what I'm talking about. So, a fear busting mantra is a quick phrase you can say over and over again while you're box breathing to help you get a little bit of distance on whatever has pushed you into some overwhelming fear. Good morning. Right? So, a nice fear busting mantra would be a sentence you can say over and over again. I like, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, to change the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And I can say that over and over and over again. It's an old prayer. It's known as the serenity prayer. I'm not religious. I just really like that poetical phrase. It means a lot to me. And I want to calm down. So I can say that without thinking about it over and over again, or I can focus on each word, and that helps to give me a little bit of distance from the situation that's causing me tremendous fear. And while I'm doing that, saying that over and over again in my head, I'm box breathing, like we talked about yesterday. And that starts to calm down the amygdala, this little piece of your brain, that little wee piece of your brain, and it stops bathing your brain in stress hormones. That's it. That's it, Claire. It's important information. Sometimes it's something like a clean fear that you really do need to be worried about. You really do need to be concerned for your physical safety. Most of the time, though, in modern life, we get triggered by stuff that has nothing to do with actual safety. It's just stuff that we're telling stories in our head about that cause us great fear, that causes great anxiety. And we all are experiencing unprecedented levels of anxiety these days. So I really feel driven to share this with you. That's why these videos are free. I just want you to have some tools. The tools are super simple. Box breathing and a fear busting mantra, this phrase that I'm asking you to create for yourself, are the first two tools in a whole fear busting sequence that helps you to just what I call right size your dragon. A fear dragon can start out small and cute, just a little one on your shoulder going, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. And that you can deal with if you pay attention to it while it's small. But if you don't deal with it, it will grow huge, like Drogon, season 5, Game of Thrones. Then you're screwed. Then you need all these tools. You need to breathe. You need to fear bust that with a mantra and just start to back off the fear so you can get a little bit of, if you can stop your brain from being bathed in stress hormones, you can start to think, you can get creative, you can problem solve, you can see it for what it is. That's true. Now, so what we have all these great, thanks John for this. I mean, this is a really good one. Let me put this up here. False evidence appearing real. That's a good point. But how do you back out of fear once you're in it? How do you mitigate that anxiety on a regular basis? That's what I'm teaching you. So please sign up for these videos, watch the videos, and ask me questions. So in the email that you'll get, you'll get a link that'll send you right into our community. And Jennifer, Victoria, Claire, a few others are members of this community, and we can talk about this stuff. You can give me examples. I can help you sort it out, figure it out. So what John says here with the false evidence that appears real or appearing real is fear. And that's absolutely true. Where does this false evidence come from? This is another brain fun fact I'd like to share with you. I think understanding how our brains are wired, what the brain, as a wonderful, beautiful computer we have to use, how it's wired and why it sends us the signals it does. Your brain is not you. You are so much more than your brain. You're so much more than your brain. You're so much more than your body. We are more than that, but we sometimes forget that and we think that our thoughts are real. They're not. Or not all of them are. How do you discern that? Well, if it's causing you anxiety and fear, you really need to look at it. So let's look at it. What the brain has now is this wonderful neural net called the Reticular Activating System, the RAS, Reticular Activating System. Covers the entire brain. And what this does is it protects us from all the information that's constantly coming in. Our brain loves info. It loves info, wants to gather every little bit of info. You may have noticed that. It loves to know things. And if it can, it must connect every little piece of information and make connections. That's part of what it does. That's how we learn to ride a bike or tie your shoes or drive a car, do math, whatever it is. It needs to connect all these things so that you can learn and do things. The problem with the brain is, because it's just a computer, is that it will connect things that do not make sense. It will connect things that are not connected and tell stories about it in order for you to make sense out of it, because that's its job. But we need to be onto it. We need to understand that our brains do this. So it takes this piece of information over here. Let's say that my boss looked at me funny this morning, and now we're, I'm going to get fired. I'm going to be, something's going down. That's not good. I'm not going to get the promotion I asked for. For some reason, they don't like me anymore. Our brains start to connect these thoughts. This is true. They're looking at you funny. They might have had a bad night. They might be hungover. They might be had a fight with their spouse. You don't know. And I know that you know this part. I'm making this is simplified so that you understand the brain's going to do this. And then what the reticular activating system, the RAS, is going to do is look for evidence that makes this connection real. So now their boss snaps at you or gives you a slightly or reacts a little or not connecting or not responding to you in the normal way, not smiling at you, and you say, see, they're mad at me for some reason, I don't know why. See, that you're proving your point, when meanwhile they're just really upset about the fight they had with their spouse. Right? That's what the brain does. So we want to focus our brain in healthy ways. We want to focus this RAS on things that we want, not what we don't want, because the brain's going to do whatever it is you want. It's going to say, oh, you want to focus on your boss hating you? Cool. We'll find that for you. We'll find more evidence of that for you. But if you say, I want to focus on joy today. I want to notice everything that brings me a little bit of, oh, happiness, sweetness, love in my life. The brain's like, great, on it. Here's a way you can know how this works. Maybe you have at one point or another wanted to buy a car in your life, and you've decided on a type of car. Let's say it's a red Honda CR-V. You want a red Honda CR-V. And you're researching that. How much is it going to cost? How much am I going to make the payments on? And when you go to the grocery store on your way to work, you're going to start to notice what do you see on the street? Every Honda red CR-V, right? You never noticed them before, but now you notice them. That's the RAS, picking out, oh, you wanted to focus on this? Well, here they are. Got it? Understand? So it's really interesting how the brain will work for you if you know how to work the computer. Otherwise, it's just going to run its own default programs, which are fucked up. You're going to be in fear. You're going to make up all these crazy stories. You're going to believe this shit's real, and it's not. You're a wonderful, magical human being, and you deserve a life that feels that way. So I want to teach you tools on how to simply adjust how you're working with the brain. This is where fear comes in. So please sign up for these free videos. There's 3 of them. There's a transcript. If you don't want to watch the video, you can read it. There's a couple of play sheets so that you can do the work along with it and really understand this material. And then let's talk. It'll send you into the group so we can talk and we can bust these fears out, huh? How's that sound? It's good to see you guys. Thank you for being here. Right. Yeah, John. Oh, I'm really good at that. Reading other people's minds. So if you've grown up in a household where people were either alcoholic or addicts of some sort, or they were, I don't know, just, difficult. You, as a little kid, learned how to suss things out. Okay, is what's going on? So you would stay safe. And you still do that. You people please. You try to read minds. How many of you have ever had people say, try to read your mind and say, well, you would have wanted me to do that for you, wouldn't you? You're like, no. Or they do what they think you wanted them to do, and it had nothing to do with what you would actually want them to do. That's that behavior. And it's a really important thing to notice when you do it to others. Yeah, right. Of course, David. Now, though, you have to be on it and understand it. Back in the day, it kept you alive. That's why we did it. And now we need to observe behavior to know what people to stay away from. And toxic behavior, usually we stay in relationships way too long. So I have to get to my conference, but I wanted to just pop in and say hello. And please sign up for these video series. The link should be in the description of the YouTube or on Facebook. It's pinned to the top of the page on my page. And I would really appreciate it if you shared it with some folks. Have some other people, have a friend look at them too. and share it and bring them into the group. I would really appreciate that. Please share it. You can share that whole thing that I've copied and pasted. Maybe I can do it right here. You can share this whole thing on your socials. I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, it doesn't really copy nice. It breaks it up. But you know what I mean? I would really appreciate it. Share it with your friends. Bring a friend into the group and let's talk. I'm just really busy for the next 3-4 days, but after that, I'm going to get a little more into the group again. Thank you, Jeffrey. You too. Have an outstanding day. Have an outstanding day. What a great phrase. I'm going to just pin you for a second. Have an outstanding day. Let's all do that, right? Set that intention. Thank you. All right, guys. Mwah. Thanks, Claire. I appreciate it. Love you all. Please sign up for these videos and give them a shot, would you? And then ask me some questions. Okay. Bye-bye.